want to congratulate Mississippi State to come in here without their record-setting quarterback. Uh, they had a very aggressive defense. They played extremely well. Scored enough points, obviously, to win. And want to congratulate Coach Arnett and his team.
I think you said on your first quarter interview that the team looked dead and you had to get a spark somehow. Was it surprising to you that there wasn't any more energy to open the game?
To be honest with you, I don't know if I was right on that or not. We just didn't play well, whether it was the first quarter offensively, whether it was the first quarter or the fourth quarter. So I don't know if I was really correct. I was mad when I was, being interviewed but I don't know if that was the case or not. I don't know if we just didn't get physically whipped.
On some throws, is he physically okay, or what's happening with him?
What I understand, that he's not injured at all. He wasn't injured during the week, so from what I understand, he's healthy. I'll have to wait and ask Dave, but I didn't hear anything about him being injured during the game.
Yeah, considering he apparently was healthy, I don't think I've ever seen him be so inaccurate. Obviously he was under pressure. There were times the protection was pretty good. There were guys open and he just missed them. I mean, how would you assess that?
Maybe he did. Maybe it just had a bad day because he had a good week of practice. Again, I don't believe there's any type of injury there or anything of that nature. I would have known about that. I just, maybe the weeks of getting hit in the pocket have rattled him a little bit. I don't know. But I don't think it's an injury.
On the sideline, did you ever consider, and this may be a dumb question, but did you ever consider putting Criswell in just to change it up for a series? Or
we never talked about it.
Yeah, Coach, the field goal try. What happened there? No timeout.
I had decided it was 4th and 4, I think, maybe 4th and 3, right in Cam's range, and I didn't know what to do, to be perfectly honest with you. So I was probably about 8 seconds in on the 40-second clock, maybe 10, and I decided to kick a field goal, and we didn't kick it. We didn't get it off in time. That's the truth. I did not want to call a timeout at that point because I wasn't for sure I even wanted to kick the field goal, to be perfectly honest with you. And we kicked it down to the 2 or whatever, and then the fans got really involved in it. But Trey, to be honest with you, I didn't know what to do. I didn't make the decision fast enough. And once I got it in there, I thought we had plenty of time to kick it. But at that point, I wasn't going to burn a timeout because my feeling was I wasn't for sure I was making the right decision in it anyway.
How important this game was to win before the game. And given the way, defense played great, but given the way the offense played and you've got a bye week coming up, does it force you into a tough situation of making some decisions, whether it's maybe who's calling plays or your personnel out there?
Well, we've got a lot of decisions to make. We owe it to our team. We owe it to the fans. And so we'll make, we'll figure that part of it out. But, my biggest thing, to be honest with you, Trey, the defense has continued to improve. And my biggest concern is about the kids, the entire team, because time and time we ask them what happened. I say, hey, if you'll hold them, if you'll shut them out, I think we'll win. We can get down there and score enough points to win. And we just weren't able to do it. But defense is improving the offense. We've got enough talent on offense. We ought to be playing better than what we are. And that's me. That's I got to figure that out.
Sam, after the interception early in the game, y'all got down inside the 10. That's something the last several weeks you've done and had a hard time punching in the end zone. Just what's going on down there in the low red zone?
Last week, I think we went 2 for 2 in the red area, in the red area. That's touchdowns. But, guys, when you can't consistently run the football, you got problems of scoring in the red area and in the red zone. And we actually had some decent runs today, but we're so feast and famine. We are 4 and -2 and things of that nature. And we just can't be consistent as what we need to be. And again, all those things, but it all falls back on me. And, sitting here where we're sitting, it's not acceptable for anybody.
Last two offensive possessions there at the end of the game. I think you had Dominic Johnson in there at running back. Was that more of just kind of a blocking?
We had to have him for protection because they were bringing their 2 inside backers, and obviously we can't cut a defensive end loose and tell the back he needs to block him. So the beauty of what they do is they force you either to go empty and throw it out there and cover the guy in space, or they force you to have a back on a wide receiver. And then they threw some corners in there that we didn't see. And the quarterback got hit a few times in that. But that part of it was strictly because I knew he was going to throw the football and we needed our best protection back in it.
That last drive of the first half, I think you had all 3 timeouts, but then KJ took a sack and you guys ended up just running the clock out. I mean, obviously you probably wanted to score, but could you kind of talk through that drive?
Well, we ran it the first time. I had some timeout. You saw the first half before that too, right? Well, I'm trying to get out of it, to be perfectly honest. What were we on, the 15 or something like that? So I'm trying not to give them the ball back as well. We ran it on first down. I can't remember what we did on second down. Do you remember we give a sack?
And then the sack was on the 4th play of the drive.
Yeah.
1st and 10.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, and we've done that several times before, and a lot of people do. They try to run it the first play, see if they can get kind of some momentum going, especially if the other team has their timeouts and things like that. And where we were 7-3, and we hadn't really shown that we were going to go 85 yards, but you never know. And then I just didn't want to give up a sack fumble, to be perfectly honest with you, during that time. And once we got down to, it was 25 seconds or 22 seconds, I said, that's enough. I don't want to get a turnover and give them back the ball down here.
Mississippi State was going to go on 4th and 1 from his 40.
Yeah.
And it was the bad snap and you guys scooped it and they had a false start.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts. It's the BYU guy.
They called it dead immediately because the wide receiver that was coming in motion, he never got set. And so right when the snap was in, it was a dead ball. So you knew that. Right, yeah. Yeah.
Did Mississippi State do anything different defensively from their off week that caused your offense problems?
No. They were no. They really didn't. They ran that twist game, which they'd run previously. Well, they probably did have some more outside pressure than internal today than they had in the past. But other than that, no, it was still pressure to the bubble, and we knew it. We just were getting picked or couldn't get open or holding the ball or back's not protecting. There's a lot of reasons why.
You only had 14, 15, 16 pass attempts entering the 4th quarter. And I know the entire offense struggled, but you continuously talk about the run game too. Do you think you guys maybe ditched the passing game a little too early? What was the why'd you guys leave that so soon?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we were just trying to call plays that we could get 4 or 5 yards and have some type of success. And we missed one down the field that we called that was basically a screen and go, that we had a guy open and we just didn't see it, but I don't think so. Guys, we're struggling so much on offense that and I know it's a little bit of grabbing over here and trying to find something that's going to work. Don't think we panicked because, we were 7-3 at half. I don't think we panicked. We talked to the kids, hey, it's just a 1-score game, all these type things. Our coaches stayed in it and all this type thing. It was just frustrating that we couldn't ever, what do we have, 3, maybe 2, maybe 3 first downs in a row. And then something would happen, whether it be a negative run, a fly sweep, incomplete pass, sack, whatever. You had a very aggressive defense, and we thought some type of screens, some quarterback draws, some things of that nature might be able to, crossing routes, things of that nature might be able to help us, but we just couldn't, either we couldn't protect it long enough, we couldn't hit them or get open.
Coach, on the other side of the ball, can you tell us what you saw in football today?
Man, specifically him, I cannot. I wish I could. I cannot. I know that we were very aggressive on the edge, and we did a nice job, I felt like, tackling. But him specifically, I'm sorry, I cannot tell you.
How would you describe the play of the offense right now?
Say again.
How would you describe the play of the offense right now?
Not very good. We got good kids. We got guys that try hard and all this kind of stuff, but we're just not very good right now. And got a lot of figuring out to do between now and Florida, a lot.
Specifically along the offensive line, is it kind of the same problems that you're seeing from early in the season, or is it new issues that are popping up week to week?
No, I don't think it's anything new. Chamblee got his back hurt early or late in the second quarter. Dev came in. Movement has given us problems all year, and you saw it again today. I felt like we would have success against this team because we knew where the movement was coming from. And I don't think we got surprised with the movement. I think we got physically manhandled on some of the movement.
And this is the 6-game losing streak includes this is the 5th one-score loss. Just how tough is that to deal with? And then normally you welcome an open day, but I don't know. It's going to be tough to have this thing linger. I would.
Well, we've got a lot of figuring out to do. I mean, we've got to get better, and I've got to do a better job. I got to figure this out. The one-score losses and all that kind of stuff. Each one of them are certainly different. They're all different. Like today was different, a 4-point loss, and maybe a 4-point loss it was 3, but at Alabama. It's just they're still the losses, but they're different. Each one of them has a title of how you got beat, or a title of how you stayed close with some team that that's really good. It's disappointing. It's disappointing because I'm the head coach at Arkansas, and the state deserves better, and that's the biggest disappointment. And because we've got kids in there playing their heart out, we just got to figure out a way to score some points. But I don't think I answered your question very good, Bob.
Cam, I know that the penalty pushed it from 51 to 56, but he hit a 56-yard. I think it was at Ole Miss. Did you think about giving him a shot at 56-yard?
I was having trouble thinking about 51 and where the ball was. And my mind was thinking, if we miss it there versus putting them inside the 10 if we can. And all those things are ifs and ands and buts. And, I went for it on 4th down. We didn't make it. And we had a fumble on it. And I don't know if we'd have made it anyway. And the defense bailed the decision to go for it out. Should I have kicked it there? I don't know. We'd had a couple of first downs put together. So I thought maybe we can get some. Your mind, when you're struggling that much offensively, it changes now. I mean, it changes of what it just does. And so maybe I should have punted that one too.
I don't know what the plans are for the open day, to give the guys some time off, or how do you handle that?
They're going to be off tomorrow and Monday. They'll come in, we'll clean up this tape. And then Tuesday we start meeting on Florida. We won't do anything really physical with them until Thursday, and then they'll have the weekend off, and then we'll come back with the regular work week. But we'll do film study, walkthroughs, things of that nature. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday or Thursday will be a practice. practice.
Sam, you mentioned you were very open during the week, just the importance of this game. Just how do you ensure the guys kind of hold on to the rope and like don't let go for these last stretch of games?
I think we'll be okay as long as we don't separate in the locker room. I think we'll be okay. We still have an opportunity to get bowl eligible, but we obviously we're going to have to play a lot better to do that. But we've got good kids on the team, and I think they'll stay together. I told them it's okay to be angry. I mean, it is. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to all these things. But what you can't do is let it separate the team.
I think earlier you asked about maybe considering personnel changes. Would you ever consider an in-season staff change at all ever?
I don't really want to answer that.
4 years ago, somebody would have told me the offensive line ain't going to be good under Sam Pittman. I wouldn't have believed him. How did it get like this? And it's not just line. I mean, tight end struggle picking up, back struggle picking up blitzes and stuff. It's just like doesn't seem like you guys can block anybody. How did it get to this point where you guys just can't block? And I don't even know if it's the play caller is the problem because you can't block.
I really don't know how it got to today. Let's keep it to that today. When kids play extremely hard, they believe in you. You know what I mean? And when you struggle a lot of times, and it's not going your way, you've got to have something that can bring a spark to them. We just haven't found that. I mean, you're talking about pass protection, screens, running the football. Even though I think we did hand it off, run a little bit better today than what we had. When you get a 4-yard run, I'm not positive if that's a celebration, but it has become that way. So you asking me how that's become that way, I don't want to answer it, Trey, but I don't know that I have the perfect answer for it either.
The way you finished the Bama game, to come back in the second half, how maybe frustrating is it that that didn't carry over to today? Y'all couldn't bring the energy today.
Well, how frustrating was it?
Yeah.
Well, very, because I mean, you sit there and you look at our team, and we had the ball. Granted, we were 90-some yards away from. We weren't 90-some yards from a field goal last week, but and then to come in here now, Mississippi State's, and I thought we could exploit them in the secondary. We just didn't have time to do it. And but it's very frustrating. Everything's frustrating. Hell, you're frustrated. You should be. Everybody's frustrated. And there's one head coach, and I've got to figure out how to get it done. And obviously not doing a good enough job.
Brady, obviously it was a very tough day for the offense. Kind of what was your assessment? What was going on? KJ, he just did one of the most accurate passers Arkansas ever had, and he just didn't look like himself. What was going on? Maybe, do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta get in and watch film, and we all do. It's really frustrating, but we need to get fixed.
I don't know if you saw that. I think it was you that had the fumble return that got called back. Yeah, just it was a false start. But what was your take on that play? Because it looked like something finally gone your all's way, and then they get a penalty.
I saw Nico missed it, so I'm like, still on the ground. Okay, we gotta get it. Then I saw Brad missed it. So oh shoot, this is me. We're gonna win. That's what I was thinking. And then I saw the penalty. I was like, damn, that's all right. The offense got it. So that's all that.
What did Mike Wright do for them? And can you maybe talk about overall defense, how you felt like you played?
I feel like the defense had a great game today. Mike Wright, he's a great player, fast on his feet. He showed us his speed today. Even though I feel like we played good, we still got things that we need to fix as a defense or as a whole. And we're going to get to work on that next week.
Can you talk about what the locker room feels like? Because Sam kind of said we have to win this game, and you didn't.
Yeah, we're frustrated. You know, it's visible. You can see it. But the thing I love about this team, we're not gonna bend. You know what I'm saying? We're still together. We're gonna hold together just like this. And we still know we got to finish the rest of the season, and that's exactly what we're gonna do.
Morale. Like there was that sequence there where they pinned them down at the 3-yard line. They kept the ball starting backing up, and they hit that jump ball. Just how deflating was that play, do you think?
Really, like Al said, we don't bend. We went out there and we bowled our necks after that play. You know, that was a great catch by the receiver. All props go to him. Great ball by Mike Wright. But like I said, we went out there, we bowled our necks, and we played Arkansas defense.
We wanted to stop him right there, but you know, there was just a little bit of adversity right after that play, and we were fine after that.
What do you think's going on with the run game, just from your perspective as an offensive lineman?
I think each week we just need to get back in there. We got to play extremely hard. We've got to get pushed. We've got to focus on dominating the guys in front of us. I think that's an effort on all 5 guys, and that starts in the film room, in the weight room, how we eat, how we prepare. It doesn't just show up on Saturdays, and that's what we need to do.
You've been dealing with a good bit of pressure for much of the season. Can you put your finger on game to game what's happening with the pass pressure?
Yeah, that's extremely frustrating, especially as an offensive lineman. You want to pride yourself in protecting KJ. And I know it's frustrating for KJ. He's an extremely good player, and we need to give him time to make plays. So that's something we need to fix.
You know, Arkansas had the reputation of being a good offensive line. You know, Cody's well respected. Sam's obviously respected. Is there something to put your finger on? I know you're starting young tackles, but and you've had some injuries, but is there something to put your finger on why things haven't worked for the offensive line very well?
There's nothing exactly that I can put my finger on. I can just say that we need to go play as hard as we can every single snap. We need to take pride in what we do. We need to take pride in playing for Arkansas, and we need to get it fixed.
5 losses now by 1 score, 6 straight losses. I don't think that'd have to be really tough emotionally and mentally. Just how are you guys dealing with that? How frustrating is that? How do you maybe bounce back from that? Because you still have, you know, some games left, obviously.
It's frustrating and it hurts. Nobody likes to lose, but I mean, like I said, this team is so close knit that we got to move on to the next game. We have a bye week, so that gives us a chance to rethink and think of everything that we need to fix. But we still got 4 more games to still play, so we got to just finish.
Yeah, like you said, we've got a good chunk of the season left, and we need to go out there, play every game as hard as we can. We need to try our best to get to a bowl game.
Those guys hit it on the head. I
Today, when you've lost 6 in a row, how do you guys approach that?
I mean, that feels kind of terrible. Kind of like Al said, we all competitors, so we don't really like to lose. But the thing about it is, like, you know, we stay together, we come together as a brotherhood, and we just keep playing Arkansas football.
We can't fold. I mean, that's just not in us. We're not gonna fold. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna bow down to nobody. You know what I'm saying? We just got to finish. That's exactly what we're gonna do each and every day. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think you enjoy the open week when you lose, especially how close we lost. I think that but it is a good thing because it gives us time to make corrections. It gives us time to fix things. It gives us an extra week on our next opponent. So I think there's a positive way you can look at it, but no, I don't think you enjoy it.
Lost, but you were back after missing last week. I think you had a pretty good game. What was it like being back and just how good? And you guys had some other guys back, Rex and Cam Ball, I think, played. How good was it to have more of your defense back? How did the game went for you?
Man, it felt great. And the thing I pride myself on is I just got to keep the energy up high. So every time I was on the sideline, I just tried to bring that type of juice. And even on the field, I tried to bring that juice. And that's just really what I pride myself on this game is just, you know, just trying to make those correct calls and things like that. So just being back out there with the guys, man, and just blowing my neck with those guys and playing with them on, you know, whenever it got hard and things like that, you know, it just really brought joy to me. And I can't be more proud of this team, honestly.
Brady, even with all the offensive struggles, you guys had, 2 drives in the fourth quarter to go win the football game. I'm just curious, like in those moments, does it feel like there's maybe a little bit less confidence within the group based off how's everything going? I mean, what was kind of the belief with the offense in those 2 drives?
Both drives, the belief was that we need to go down there and win. Our defense played amazing today. They stopped them at every turn, and they gave the ball back to us a bunch. And it's our job to go down there and score, and that's what we need to do.
Second play of the game, you picked it off. Maybe can you say what you saw on that play?
Really, I'm just reading that play. I'm supposed to be reading 1 and 2. Read 1, pushing up Burt. I look back to peek at the quarterback. Ball was out. I think.
I can't remember what they did to get this touchdown drive, but what happened on their 1 touchdown drive?
They just made a great play call. Like I said, Mike Wright is a great quarterback, and he has the vision of a quarterback. So he rolled out, he made a great play, seen the wide open receiver, and he got into the end zone.
I know converting scores is difficult, but you guys took LSU to the wire, you took Alabama to the wire on the road. Alabama and LSU blew out Mississippi State and Starkville. Is there any way to explain something like that? Because people look at those scores and think, hey, Arkansas was clearly superior. Obviously, that wasn't the case today on the field.
It's just time for us to get back to work like we did every other week, just bow our heads, get back in that film room, get to recovery and things like that, and just keep each other together and motivated. And we just got to win out the rest of these games.
Yeah, all I can say is every Saturday is different, and you got to prepare every single Saturday like it's a new Saturday. You can't look in the past. You just have to work and play extremely hard and fix and get the results you want.
I agree with those guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.